Let's set up our development environment for learning and developing Python projects. As most of my viewers are using Windows, I'm going to show you the setup process for Windows PC. When you are working in the industry, to write any piece of code, you need simple text editors. Text editors are very bare bone, which doesn't apply any extra styling or anything on the text you are typing. You can use any simple text editor like Notepad or Vim, but having some features like syntax highlighting for your code and other debugging features would be very helpful when you are developing large piece of code. So we will be using Visual Studio Code in this course. Installing Visual Studio Code is very straightforward process. You just have to open your favorite web browser and navigate to code.visualstudio.com. Right in the middle, you can see this Download for Windows button. If you open this page from Linux or Mac OS, it will show you the respective downloads for those operating systems. Alternatively, you can click on this other platform's hyperlink and select the operating system of your choice. If you are working on Windows like me, you can simply click on this Download for Windows button and it will start the download of executable file. Once you have downloaded that installation file, you simply have to double click on that file to start the normal installation process for Windows. You just have to follow the steps and you will have Visual Studio Code in your PC. I have already installed Visual Studio Code in my Windows PC, so I'm not going to follow these steps. Once we have got our IDE set up in our system, we can move on to installing the Python interpreter. When I say IDE, it means Integrated Development Environment. I will use the terms IDE, text editor, or code editor interchangeably. These are simple applications that can be used to write and execute your code. Now let's install Python. I'm going to show you a demo of this one because there is one point that I want to make sure you follow. Installing Python on Windows is also an easy process. Open your web browser and navigate to python.org/downloads. Right away, you will see this download Python 3.8 something. When you are watching this video, this version may be different, but the process will remain the same. If you want to install for Linux or Mac OS, you can choose these download options right here. Most likely, depending on your operating system, it will automatically suggest the correct binaries to download. So just click on this download button and it will download the executable file for Windows operating system. Now depending on your internet speed, it may take some time. Once the download has finished, go to your default downloads location. Here you can see the downloaded executable file. Just double click on the file and it will start the normal Windows installation wizard. You can see that it will also install IDLE, which is Interactive Python IDE, and we will be using this in the initial videos in this course. It also installs pip as well as the documentation for Python. We will learn about this in the upcoming videos. Also, you need to make sure that you have selected this Add Python to Path. Path is a system variable which is used to identify the programs that can run from the command prompt or terminal. In Mac or Linux operating system, it's called terminal, but in Windows, it's called command prompt. Click on this Install Now button to start the installation process. This installation may take some time, So I'm going to pause the video and come back once it's finished. Now my installation has finished and you can see this setup was successful. Click on this close button. Now open the command prompt. You can search for command prompt here. Open that and type the commands I use here to make sure that you have got Python installed correctly. Type Python-v. You will see the Python version you have installed here. Alternatively, you could use Python -- version and it will give you the same output. If you are working on Linux or Mac OS, you may need to use the command Python 3 instead of Python. So this command will look like this. We can open Python interactive cell using Python command. Here, you can try out different Python commands interactively. For example, you can print something. This will simply print the text we pass in here. We will see all this in the upcoming lessons. Let's exit out of this interactive cell and let's close our command prompt. In this video, we have set up our system for Python development using Visual Studio Code as well as the Python binaries. Starting from next video, let's start learning Python basics.